Good evening and welcome to episode 18 of the podcast Getting Forward. Tonight's guest is a guy fair distance away from us, let's say from Yorkshire, coming from sunny Bridlington. A guy who came into non-league relatively late in his career, but since then has never looked back and now playing currently at Step 2 with Alfreton. Without further ado, Mr. Jake Day.
Right.
Welcome on, Jake. Thanks for coming on, pal.
Thank you.
Obviously, you've seen a few and heard a few of these podcasts, mate.
Yeah, I've watched a few.
There's a few mentions, hasn't he, to be fair?
He has to be fair, hasn't he? For a lad who started late, he must be size, and he's good looks. He's good looks, But as always, mate, we want to strip it right back because what interests us as well as non-league and your obviously senior career is where it all started for you in football, mate.
Strange one, really, because I started just local clubs. I played snooker a bit. And the club that I played snooker at just said, "Want to start a football team? Would you be interested in?" It's like, yeah, I think I was 16 at the time.
Are you good at snooker?
A few centuries.
Never.
A couple more, right? Yeah. 3 centuries.
He's one of them, innit? He's one of them small. As we go on here, he's going to do cricket, golf, tennis,
not golf.
Now.
Cricket. Not golf. I never got into golf.
No.
But yeah, we just said, "Do you want to join the football team?" Just getting a few lads together. I thought, yeah, good laugh. So yeah, just started from there. Men's league. Pitches were like building sites, horrendous, small hills, picking dog crap up.
Yeah.
You have to put your nets up yourself and get changed on side of pitch, whether it's...
Wait, Sunday mornings that then? Or
no,
Saturday
at 2 o'clock, so
okay.
you, by the time you finish, you go sit in the pub and watch your bet lose as well, so it was...
No, it's changed then.
Slip, bin, done.
Yeah.
And then played just with my mates till I was 24. And then
what league is that in then, Jake?
it's Driffield District League, it was called. Step 43 or something.
That's what I mean.
Always the below, yeah. And then we went to join another mate's team, a county league, for a team called what were they called? Albion it was called.
Yeah.
Just a local pub was the name. We played from that pub. Scored, I think it was 69 goals that season in the county league. Went up.
Always been a striker, never played anywhere else.
Always been a striker.
Well, actually, we'll come on to something later on when we get there. But always been a
main position. Always been a striker. Always scored goals. When I was younger, my granddad used to say, "Look, if you scored here 2 put a goal or a 5 for an hat-trick." And when you were kids, you used to play 2 games, and I remember once scoring 11 goals in both games. I was about 9, I just was ready for the cash in car like this, waiting for the money to come.
I bet I was struggling that year, 69 goals. Still paying it off now.
Set up a paper plan.
It's like a strange one, isn't it? Because obviously that, and then again, this is the reason why we do this podcast, is to get an overview of people's careers. And obviously people see you now playing at Step 2 in Alfreton and doing excellently. And obviously clubs that will come on to that went before then as well. It's another different journey in terms of like Jake where he's gone to. So
it's a ridiculous journey, isn't it? Playing just local, you made it to 24. Yeah. Obviously we'll come on to it, but into these counties and then just progress.
Yeah, we've had lads on who have not potentially been in professional game, but they've always been 18, 19 when they've gone into men's game at a decent standard. So maybe North East counties at 18, 19 and then progress that way. But to actually come in at that sort of lateness is a testament to yourself, mate, really, in terms of your hard work, probably.
Yeah, well, it was, I remember, I can pinpoint the moment I was playing for Sports Club, just another local team in Britain. We played a team in the Humber Premier League, which is Step 7, I think.
Yeah.
There are 2 leagues above us in a cup game. They beat us 7-4.
Is that what Hull United are in then now? Is that the
something like that? Yeah, the one where Club Thorn were in last year.
Right.
They won.
Yeah.
So that one.
Bit like Central Midlands.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
And we lost 7-4, and I scored all 4. I've just been absolutely fuming, thinking, "How have you scored 4 goals in a row and lost?" I'm just sulking.
It's a good point.
Yeah, I just gone home and I just thought, try. So my mate played for a team in Humber Prem for East Yorkshire Carnegie. So I messaged him. He said, "Look, do you mind if I come down training or something, have a look?" And he's like, "Yeah, come down." I think I ended up scoring 7 in 4 for them in Humber Prem. And the manager pulled me to the side and said, "Look, you're not playing on Saturday, on Thursday night training." I was thinking, what do you mean we're not playing? I just scored 7 in 4. He's like, no, you have to play for Scarborough. I spoke to Scarborough manager, but you're going to be on the bench for Scarborough. I had no idea about. I didn't know. I just
What league were they in at that time?
Scarborough or Evo Stick North. I think.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Evo Stick North then, and I was like, right, okay. So where do I go? What do I do? I didn't know nothing about it. So they played at Brid, luckily.
Yeah.
So I walked down, met the manager there. He said, look, get your kit on. You'll be number 16. Sat on the bench. And
Remember who it were against?
it was against Burscough.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Who's manager?
Steve Kittredge.
Okay.
Steve Kittredge was manager, yeah. Gave me 10 minutes at the end, did all right. I had a chance to shoot right at the end and I passed it. And I can't remember who I passed it to, but he's missed it. He's like, his keeper saved it, not scored. But I'm thinking back when he blew it, I should have shot them.
Was that like a little bit of the newness?
That was just,
level
yeah,
and just
I just
thinking,
think
if I take the shot on him this
yeah,
time, big
that's
trouble.
what I'm thinking, yeah. And then, but yeah, ever since then, he gave me, I think I played 8 or 9 games, and he brought me on against the Cup against Spennymoor, and I scored. We won 3-1. I scored the 3rd goal, and he said, well, he said in his interview after it, I remember saying, well done. He's not really ready for the level, not much experience, so his game time's going to be limited. So I'm thinking, I just want to play football now. I've gone from playing 90 minutes guaranteed every week with my mates to thinking I'm only getting 10-15 minutes. I didn't really enjoy it, and then Curtis got in touch with me at Brid, took me on a dual registration because Brett was the striker, but he was suspended.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brett, you've actually got away with all this.
He had a 3-game suspension, so he brought me in. He said, look, you play the next 3 games, you start the next 3 games because Brett's injured, just see what you can do. I went on my debut against Albion Sports, scored a hat-trick. I told everyone at work, look, I'm playing for Brid, I'm coming down to get down. All my mates came. Yeah, it was
good club.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
And how far from where you lived in that?
It was 5-minute drive.
Is it?
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. So I scored an hat-trick on Tuesday night on my debut. It was incredible. Couldn't have gone any better.
They've always been like well supported as well on the Brid, so they've always had 250, 300 maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
It's still like that.
I think they're getting a bit more now. They're in the league above now. They're in step 4 now. So I think they're getting a few more. They've had a real strong end to this season. So hopefully next season they can get a few more fans behind them, because it does help fans at clubs. That goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think the fans realise how much it actually does help, but they can give you that buzz.
I mean,
to lift you up.
And I always also look at it and think like it's a fair old trek for anybody, isn't it? Unless
I did it.
You know,
18 months.
But what I'm saying is it's a fair old trek for the away side, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're coming from Yorkshire, they're coming from North East.
You're an hour from the boat.
At the time, so I'll be using that to my advantage, me, I think, especially on Tuesday night games, like I said, and stuff like.
I was working,
it's a fair old trek, innit?
Finish work and I could chill out for an hour.
You were alright, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Majority of the lads there were from Hull. That's like 45-50 minutes for them still to drive, still an hour for an home game, it's still long.
So even though you're a local lad, is that the first time you'd ever played at Brid?
Yeah.
You know, on the pitch?
Oh, no, I played a few cup finals there, I know.
Climbed over the fence a few times.
Climbed over the fence, I played a few cup finals there, but like just one-off games, nothing there, and then to go on scoring that trick, I scored another goal the next game, and 2 more after. I scored 6 in my first 3, and then Curtis got to the changing room for the 4th game and Brett was off suspension. And it's like, I can't not play him because he's just got 6 goals in 3 games. So we tried as a 2, but we were quite similar.
To like,
we were both doing the same runs, both going for the same balls. He was experienced. I learned so much of Brett when I was playing. But I was naive. I was just trying to be that busy bloke, trying to win everything, do everything, and he was doing the same thing. And so we sort of got an issue his way a bit, so and he played Brett for most of that season, which I wanted to play obviously, but I understood how good Brett was and how effective he was, but there was games where Brett had come off and I'd come on and score an hat-trick in 20 minutes or something daft. And my first season, I joined, I think it was January or February, and I got 13 goals in 15 games in my first season at North East Counties.
What were your expectations then going in? I mean, obviously, there's no bigger critic, is there, or whatever, your own performances when you play bad, but what were your expectations when you went into Brid? Did you just want to, like Smudger says, I'm a local lad, I just want to do well, not let myself down? Were it that sort of mentality, or do you think, you know what, I'm as good as these here, I can just go and score, I'm confident. Like,
I got the taste of it in Scarborough a bit. I remember going in thinking I've scored an hat-trick on my debut, can't really get much better. Fans will like me, and then just wanted to score goals.
Yeah.
I just loved scoring
Yeah.
goals. But I've always worked hard. I like to pride myself on my work really and stuff. And yeah, I just wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to play, because I've always played every single week when I was with my mates. I just wanted to play football. I just loved doing it.
I can remember playing against these Brits when obviously Brett were playing, and then, like you say, it's very similar players. So you were in battle. So it was like 65 minutes. Board and go up and Brett went off, you think thankful for that, and then this big bastard come up.
People say that all the time when I come off a bench, you've just been battered by someone, and it's picked up, it comes here.
Struggle to get through that.
Yeah.
But then it frustrated me because I wanted to play, but Brett was playing, Brett was good, but then I'm thinking I'm scoring more here.
Absolutely.
I'm scoring all the time.
We're a little bit like realistic with your own sort of head as well, in terms of like, it's my first season.
Yeah,
So
I understand.
I'm getting minutes.
Yeah.
I'm getting some minutes. I'm scoring goals.
I didn't
So
expect-
you'd always come in and do
Yeah.
that knock counter and say, look, I'm scoring, and that conversation's always there. But there were a little bit of an element from you thinking.
There was a respect
Yes.
element of Brett,
Yeah.
because I watching him and learning, just training as well. I learned a lot from him, and he helped me. He was real good with me. He helped me, and he helped me develop it into a lot of the player I am. But he was in my position. I wanted to play.
It's sort of, I think if you'd been a 19, 20-year-old kid and you thought I should have played, you'd have probably done one and gone back to
Yeah,
play.
probably, yeah. But I was a bit
Because your age,
I was
you
24,
stick around,
25, yeah.
I've just got this chance on me.
Yeah, we got to
Embrace it.
a cup final that year against your mob.
I wonder not we come on to that.
I saw you bring it up. But he started Brett in that one. I was frustrated really, because I scored 12 and 14 that season. We got to the cup final. I was real giddy about it, going to play at Bramall Lane. That would be the best ground I've ever played.
Because at the time you were league above, weren't you? You were even you were North East
North East
Counties.
Counties, yeah.
And we'd just been promoted a couple of weeks before, hadn't we?
And we, I was frustrated when he named the team sheet. I was a bit annoyed, thinking, come all this way, biggest. But then he brought me on at 40. We got to do a warm up. We were 4-0 down. Go get warm. I'm thinking, I'm just bobbing up and down the line. I'm not warming up. I'm annoyed. And he's shouting me up. He went, "You better go play better than you warm up, because that warm up's fucking shit." He's done me on the side now. Come on and score. Come on and score.
Yeah, we'll move on to that. How was that anyway?
Yeah, ran off someone. But only person that ran off.
I don't give any credit for that. There's been
come on and score.
Get away with that,
And he messaged me in this season and said, "Look, and I probably made the wrong decision going with Brett, but we'll go again next season. We want to sign you for next season, and we'll start again."
It's a good sign, didn't you? I feel like for us, like personally, that final was like a free hit, because we got promoted. That was mainly at the start of the season. I think so.
We had solid. We had like Jenks at the back. Tom Fleming.
And in Norfolk were playing well too.
Brett, Joel Sutton.
Yeah.
We had good players, and Tom Fleming.
Joel Sutton right in there.
What lad who went? I don't know if was he higher than Ferriby? Went to Ferriby for a bit, wasn't it? Lewis Dennis.
He wasn't there at the time. He was a Scarborough, I think. It was our goal. He was there. But some good players, and Tom Fleming was like proper leader of men.
Yeah.
Not the best footballer, but he will cover every blade of grass. And he had that Hmong strength. And he was just super strong, super fit. He could have 10 cans on a Friday night and cover every blade of grass on a Saturday still. Just one of them blokes where didn't have to do anything. We've got one now out for him, like George Cantrell, fittest man I've ever met, does nothing. It's incredible how people are.
Sheffield United.
Yeah, Sheffield United. He's how he does what he does on the pitch with what he does off the pitch.
Does he play centre half?
Centre mid. Centre mid. Yeah, and he's incredible. But that was a bit of end to the
Fair
season.
play to Curtis Life for getting your ring and saying and then obviously the year after would he still manage to start with?
He stayed the full season that year.
Did he?
Yeah, that year he stayed the full season. I scored 48 goals that next season.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
North East Counties.
First full season.
at non-league. I got 48 goals.
Impressive.
I got 2 down here, I think, and I scored another one at home.
I won't tell you that one. Yeah, we'll print it out there.
That's why I only scored 1 and not 2. Yeah, I just that season, everything I touched just went in.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Just could not stop scoring. There was one game we played. I scored 2 3-minute hat-tricks. That's
Did
it.
you?
Yeah. Wow. It was incredible. Played Hall Road. That's like a local derby for him from Hull.
At your spot or were it away?
At home.
Yeah.
They went 1-0 up, and they've been giving it big uns like all Friday nights. Saying they're going to do us. It's like giving it proper. And they went 1-0 up, and we thought, and then I scored 37, 39, 40. Scored 3 points.
Yeah.
Literally scored. Next time, got ball from kick-off, scored straight away.
Can you remember what they were?
Right foot, 2 right foots and a header.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I scored again 90th minute to get a 4th one. Just a tied.
Did it finish forward?
Forward, yeah.
Wow.
And then we played.
That puts that argument to bed, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah.
And then another one we played, Harrogate Railway at home. Started on bench. He said, "Look, this is a nothing game. They've got nothing to play for. Just going to rest you." I think the bench was me, Jenks, Tom Fleming, and in Norfolk. And so that's a strong bench.
Very strong bench.
Yeah. And then
goal bonus had killed it. So
well, the goal bonus was £10 a goal. I was on £10 a goal, but that was from the supporters club, running through Wood up Curtis, so I'd pay and supporters club give me £10 every time you get me an envelope. Just that's like nice this.
Supporter club.
Played Harrogate Railway.
Little old Warwick rackets.
We were 1-0 down. It's like I'm warming up. It's like, right, do you want to go? I was like, yeah, I want to go on. So like 57 minutes, he brought me on. Scored 4, set 1 up, won 5-1, and subbed me off.
No way.
Subbed me off after 9 minutes. I said, what are you doing? I'm getting you a round of applause. I was like, 50 people. It's a Tuesday night.
Never happened.
He brought it. Yeah, 57 minutes. I've scored 4. I've set 1 up, and he's dragged me off after 90. That was like the best half an hour cameo I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And he's done his report after the game, and like I've got the newspaper at home, the local paper says Jake was like Drogba, like Curtis Woodhouse. Jake was like Drogba for half an hour.
I find it good playing under Curtis. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it under Curtis. He was one of them where there was no mollycoddling. He was said how it is. If you're good, he'd praise you. If you're shit, he'd tell you. And I like that. It's the same with Billy now.
Yeah.
Good, he tells you. If you're bad, he tells you.
I think there's that respect there, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think you can be disappointed sometimes with what people are saying.
You know
If
yourself.
people are being truthful with you and that, I think that's all you can ask for, isn't it?
If you have a bad game, you know yourself. You don't need people saying, well played, you're all good, you don't. You know you've had a bad game, don't you? And someone comes up to you and says, well played, and you're like, no, I don't need that, I don't need that.
Yeah.
But you get people that do need that, though, they need that arm round on these days, don't you? People,
They do,
young lads,
more so
some
now than ever, I think.
Yeah, unlucky mate, next time be better.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it's like, oh, fucking shit.
I don't know if you agree with
I
that.
need that.
No, I don't know if you agree, but I think a lot of like younger players coming through to the game as well, they don't take criticism too well.
No.
So I don't know where that's come from, because Martin always used to say, you know, he brought in so you're shit, like, you know, and he'd be quite open and honest about
That's the
it.
best way.
Yeah, and I used to think, I don't need to say that now.
No.
I know.
Yeah,
Like, you know what
I know
mean?
that, but then you
Yeah.
know I have to do better next game.
Absolutely.
It pushes you to
But
be
it
better
did,
next game.
absolutely.
Motivates
That
you.
criticism, I couldn't wait for the next game. I don't know if you were saying,
Yeah.
if you've got that criticism and not done particularly well, I couldn't wait to
The
play.
big song that was crap, I'm like, I'll go next game, John.
You go back out and start again, won't you? Another 90.
Just forget about it and then
Yeah.
I think at their level as well, level 2, a lot of the young lads will be dropping in on loans from
Yeah,
clubs.
so they're all
Or straight from the football club where they've been told,
there's a
you're the
first.
best, you're the best, you're the best. Also, they're just at Rumpool.
Yeah, they'll
Now
get
they're
first time.
going to go and play with men in a proper change
They've
room.
got donuts like me elbowing coming from like, no one's ever done this to me before. They're used to just passing the ball. You play like 23 teams, don't you? And the way to beat 23 teams, you've got to bully them.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But
It's easy.
if you let them play about, they'll just back
No,
you. Get
yeah,
going. So
no,
you're
yeah.
just chasing shadows. Whereas if you get about them and you're physical with them, you'll beat them. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're not used to it. They don't want to know. But yeah, it can be long days.
Yeah.
You're chasing shadows. And
You're going to tell
keep
us,
like this.
you're going to tell us, aren't you, that you scored 49 goals and didn't go up that season, did you?
We finished 10th. Scored 48 goals and finished 10th.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Good job you're playing.
Well, we scored 49, didn't
Yeah, we scored 49 in the league. I think we scored 70 something up there. I think it was 37 in the league and 11 in cup.
You must have cleaned up at presentation awards. That,
Yeah,
that
I was.
year.
I got everything. I didn't get players player, which bugged me a bit. Got manager, supporters, fans, some goal scorer, top goal scorer, but players player I lost by 1 vote to Chris Jenkinson. And it annoyed me because I don't have the chance. So I killed myself. I should have gone tactically, but he was good that year.
He won
by the vote, yeah.
Designing vote, and who's come second?
Yeah, I killed myself with that one.
So
But,
48 goals and a very only supported player.
I was good. But yeah, 48 goals, finished 10th. And
much interest that season.
yeah, a few teams. I spoke to Harrogate, but he said, look, you can come in, trial pre-season, but I just stayed local. I was working local.
This was town, weren't it? Not real. I've
Yeah,
just four goals into 6 minutes. That's on a day.
Harrogate Town, the manager, he was a scout at the time, I can't remember his name. Yeah, he got in touch with me and he said, yeah, look, the manager wants to talk to you, so he passed my number on to Simon Weaver.
Yeah.
Had a conversation with him. But I ended up not going, staying with Brid, staying with my mates.
You feel a bit local team, local press will give you plenty of.
Yeah, I was local team. I was the big I am at Brid. I was the big fish there.
Yeah.
I just got 50 goals in a season.
Enjoying your football as well. If you're scoring goals like that,
enjoying it.
Yeah.
So I signed another deal there, and then that's when Brett came back to help Curtis manage with after his injury.
Yeah.
Curtis had fingers in all the pies that he does.
Yeah.
Ended up leaving, and Brett took over.
Were you happy with that decision?
I liked Brett. I had a lot of respect for him, but I've not seen that side of Brett. You know what I mean? I've always been a player.
Teammate.
I've seen with players, with mates, and it was first. It wasn't difficult to adjust because he was adjusting as well to that side of it, as going from a player to a manager.
Yeah.
But it seemed to work. We played a FA Vars game against Concert. I think they were the favourites to win it. We had a little outhouse where I lived, where I kept all my boots in, and I'd lost the key in the morning. Couldn't get in, couldn't have my boots or nothing. Couldn't find the key anywhere, so I've got a tracksuit on ready. Because going out, open door, I've not got a key, can't get into it. So I had to run down to Sports Direct, buy the cheapest pair. I bought some black and orange Sondigos. They're like 19 quid or something. I got absolutely hammered by the lads, like they're pepping me all game.
But that's something I'd have done. Honestly, that is something I'd have gone exactly the same. If I ain't spending loads of money on a pair of boots, I've got loads of shit. I'll find key, I'm just going to get. But I wouldn't have been bothered about Atlanta, like.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
But it was a big game, wasn't it, for Bridlington?
Big game for them.
Yeah. One way or only.
I've scored the winner in them boots. Never won a since. We won 1-0.
Still got them?
Yeah, I've still got them.
Oh, yeah.
They're in garage. Yeah, we won 1-0. I scored them, and the lads were like, "Fucking hell, class them, keep them boots."
I want to do us a favour now. First pre-season game next year.
Where then?
Don't even come down and watch it.
I'll see if I can
Don't
find
even come down and watch it, mate.
Orange, they were like black with like orange check. They were awful. Terrible.
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, them lads even give you some stick as well.
No, they're not there. I was. I don't think they had a chance to give me 6.
No.
But a few standing on feet, few on there.
Yeah.
Not the nicest person on the pitch,
No.
as you know. But yeah, there was good stuff. But yeah, we beat Concert 1-0 in the Vars, got through to the next round. Brett, I think we won a fair few when Brett first started.
Yeah.
So we had a good start, and then I think I got 25 and 26 that season as well. So I scored 85.
Like COVID season that then, or
No, the one before 2019. This was 18,
19.
Yeah. So yeah, and that was my when I rang Brett at the end of the season. Said, look, I want to try and go higher up and play a bit higher. I've got 85 goals in 107 games for Brid.
Is that what you were telling me?
That's what I ended on.
Wow.
85. That was my first 3 seasons at non-league ever.
Jesus.
So it's not a bad.
Not bad for a pub player.
Not bad for
Well, I know you've scored, especially that season you talk about, because I remember you getting the goals. It's a phenomenal record, isn't it, really? You should be proud of that. It's a good return, mate.
I think I need...
For 50 quid.
No. 15 goals in 22 or 23 games to be the fastest 100 ever for Brid as well.
Right.
So I've always said my last season or 2 will be at Brid. I've always wanted to end it there. So I live there, local club, and then if I can get that record, it'd be nice to hold that record living there as well.
He's not ready yet, Nick, so just hang on with speed now.
Yeah, so I ended up going to back with Curtis the Tadcaster.
Yes, yeah.
Took me there.
Would they have been?
They were set for.
Yes, they have been. Yeah, like
Evo
Sticks,
North, East, whatever.
yeah.
I think it changed to East.
It did, yeah, it did.
Changed it North. So
They were East, weren't it?
East, yeah. Played it. Had a good season with Taddy. That was the first COVID year. I think it was February.
Strange, wasn't it?
Weird towards the end of it, yeah. But we.
Which coincidentally, I don't know if it was that first curtailment of that COVID season or the second one, but Brid actually went up in like
points per game.
They
got points, but they were like. It was based on was it last of the 2 seasons?
They were crazy.
Just that season.
Yeah,
2 or 3 seasons, wasn't it? It was weird.
Yeah, because we'd have been right in there. Because I can remember us being a bit like frustrated with because we'd have been right in there because we'd finished.
Did you play less games or something?
I played less games.
Yeah, and it cost you.
Played like 7. We played 7 games, and then a few others had played 10, 11.
Yeah.
So I think when that second season got caught short, we were 12.
Because they put both seasons
They
together.
put both seasons together, and I was like, no.
Yeah, killed you.
Yeah,
I can remember reading something. I think it was somebody down south or something said like they progressed it bars.
Yeah.
So they didn't play as many league games. Because there were a couple of cup games and they knocked it on that they missed out by 2 games or something, but they were actually playing a cup game.
Yeah.
Which is nuts, isn't it? It's just
It was just a really strange time, wasn't it?
Odd.
And I think if you've obviously, because you would, like all 3 of us and obviously other people listening, your Saturdays were took and Sundays sometimes, I played a lot of Sunday football, were took up by sport, football. And it was like, shit.
Yeah.
And you know what I miss most? The banter, the lads, the changing room and stuff like that. You just,
the bus journeys.
I mean, I used to love the game, and there's no better thing than winning with mates. It's great to still do it. But that changing room banter where,
someone does, you win, but someone does something.
Yeah, but for 2 hours a day, getting pissed at you, but that's fine by me. I can live with
It's
that.
a good crack.
Yeah.
It's worth it because you win it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
So a bit of a stop-start this couple of years for you then, really.
The Taddy one, I scored 16 in 22 before it ended.
Did you?
Yeah.
Have a good return.
The other one, that was my first good step forward. I played the Scarborough one, but I didn't really.
Who would have been managed? Oh yes,
Curtis.
So
Curtis
what lads were there then at the time?
We had Alex Wiles, who's at Scarborough now. Good player.
What a player.
Very good player. He ran the show in midfield. He was very good.
Great player.
We had Alfie Beeston at Scunthorpe now. Incredible. He went from Donny to Taddy to Scunny.
Yeah.
His movement, his career path from memory is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He just dropped out of Donny.
Is he still at Screen now?
He's still at Scunny now, yeah. Dropped out of Donny, came to Taddy for a bit just because he said he just wanted to enjoy his football and relax again, and they got to move to Scunny from.
But Scunny were back in League.
Scunny were League
School,
Two,
League
League
Two,
One,
League
League Two,
yeah.
But he's gone from
isn't it?
League Two with Donny to step 4 back to League Two.
Wow.
After 15 games in
He
COVID.
played regular for Scotty as well.
Yeah, he played
a lot of games.
Played him most weeks.
Is it?
Good player.
Yeah.
Very good player. We had Donald Chimalello.
Yeah.
Rapid.
Yeah.
Technically very, very good as well. Should have played higher, but I don't know why he's not. I think I couldn't put a finger on a very good player.
Good club.
Good club, yeah. Very, very good, well-run club.
Yeah.
Good family-based club. Very unlucky with where it is with the flooding.
I was about to say, not great when it rains, is it?
I drove past it today.
Yeah.
To work.
Yeah, I drove past it on the way in. Yeah, it's a great setup. But
It is, it's above the ground.
When
and
it floods it.
Yeah, it kills them, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it flooded in the November time, I think it did. Maybe some part of the season it flooded and water was up to that level below crossbar. And we didn't play 7 games. And everyone thought it was but we had 7 away games and all postponed.
Oh,
and not
okay.
one game was because of the pitch flooding.
Everyone was thinking it was because
Everyone think it was
your
because
pitch.
we didn't play this weekend, no, because of the pitch. No, wall pitch, wherever we
Everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah, just a bad time of weather.
Yeah.
It's because we went down to JD Sports where they flippers.
Orange.
But yeah, 16-22 for Taddy, and then COVID ended it, and then Billy got in touch.
What
for the first time.
was that like? Was that unusual? Blow? Had you heard rumours?
Well, I'd spoke to Danny Clark, who played for him. Clark is a top bloke.
He just keeps running around.
He's the biggest freak I've ever met.
Yeah.
Honestly, did you hear about when he fractured his skull?
Yeah. Was it at Barton?
Yeah, it's terrible. He fractured his skull, so he was in hospital for however many times, did nothing for 9-10 months. It's like, right, I'm going to go on my first run, did 5k in about 17 minutes on his first run back. It's ridiculous, like he's so fit. He was
played against him a couple of times,
just
runs.
just all arms and elbows. And he's one of them that he's running at you, the ball will bobble 3 or 4 times, it'll land at his feet. Every time.
I don't know him as a guy, but he seems a nice kid.
He's so funny, he's so funny as well. He's proper. He's so quick and witty. His partner's class. Yeah, he's one of the top lads. We drove in with him. There was me, Clarkie, and Josh Claxton, Adam Lund, who's still there now. That was our first car school at Alfred when we got there. But that was like during COVID, so it was a bit weird. You had to do a COVID test and stuff.
Well, Lundy used to be at Staveley.
I think I played against him when he was at Gould as well.
Yeah, he's got right where you put him in terms of area.
Yeah,
he's not like you. He's still that low, isn't he? Like
he's still that low. He's big. He's very good area.
He's class in area.
Long throw. Yeah. He's very good in midfield. He's fit. He chases man.
What did Bill say to you when he ran you like, were you?
He rang up and said, "Look, I've seen you score loads of goals. Would you fancy driving down here? There's car school there for you. Would you want it?" Money, everyone thought I'd gone for money, but he was offering me less than what Teddy would pay.
Right.
If he wasn't for money, I've just seen National League North. I'm thinking
progression.
Progression, playing at a high level. I got into that mindset of I wanted to play as high as I could.
Yep.
So I ended up signing, going down. I got very frustrated because I didn't really play much during the season.
Would this have been step 2 still?
Step 2, still step 2. I think first 5 or 6 games. We played the first game of the season. We played Coalville in the FA Cup. We won 2-1, scored the second. We went 2-0 up and scored the second. So got into the next round of the FA Cup. That was on a Saturday. And then on the Monday, we played Curzon Ashton in the first league game away.
Before G, aren't you?
No, it's just a carpet. Still very good. It's his class.
When you're about them 23 games, I had Derek Curzon and he sold a deal on we're playing Man U's 23, Bolton and Sheffield.
On that pitch.
On that pitch, I got fucking 4 touches and 3 of them getting thrown. Somebody just hit an inch out of the pitch.
We played Curzon and then I came on after. I was on the bench. I was fuming because I'd scored. I played all right. I was a bit annoyed, but.
Had you been brought off in the game before? Or?
No, I played the full 90. And then we came on after about 74 minutes. Then right back got sent off. And he brought me off after 78 minutes. On my National League North debut, 4 minutes, brought on, dragged for 4 minutes. I was thinking, I was fuming,
absolutely,
raging. I just walked down the tunnel straight into. I was.
Did he say up to you after that?
He said, look, he pulled me at training and he said, look, it wasn't personal. I just thought I needed some more experience with 10 men on, which I got after. But at the time, you see red house at the time, and then
he had to understand that though.
Yeah, he got.
Sometimes you get that, don't you? You might have half an hour in a game, and that happens, and you get dragged, and you think, for half an hour, it is what it is, but 4 minutes.
Must have been 5 minutes more.
That's one of my questions as well. For somebody who is robust on pitch and likes to put himself about, discipline and record yourself?
Never been sent off.
Never
been sent off. A few of the others should have been sent off a lot.
Just smiles.
Got away with a lot. I don't engage with arguing, whinging. More times than not, I'm quite clever with it. I'll see what the rest's doing. I'll notice the ball's in the air and lead with my elbow. I'm not. There's no malice in it. I'm not trying to hurt them. I'm just protecting myself. I'm thinking if I don't do it to them, they're going to do it to me. It's one of them, and I'd rather elbow them than them elbow me. So.
Surprised me though, as somebody who's a bigger battering ram.
Never had a red. Never even in like the pub leagues and stuff. Never got sent off. Fair few relatives.
You have, haven't you?
I've had a few. You have. Couple.
7, 8, maybe.
Yeah. I always when people ask, everyone's always surprised I've never had a red.
I think he maybe just take his shirt off, celebrating goals, a couple of bookings every game.
Pretty down time. Yellow every week.
Never had a shirt on, which one having the railway, just kept it off. And
then they all on the squad for
Really?
5, 6, 7 games.
After that,
After them two, after.
what, to do your outburst or just...
I don't
He never said it would to do
know.
that.
Billy don't really, he's not a tell you why stuff, he just does stuff, don't really. It's always been the same. If you don't know what he's like, which I didn't at the time, I was real frustrated. I was like, why is he not telling me what the crack is and stuff?
Contracted up here at Alfreton.
Yeah, on a contract, yeah. So I've gone up to his office and said, look, I know Curtis was at Gainsborough, and he's like, look, I've seen you not playing, do you want to come in and like come on loan and stuff? And I've gone to speak to him about it. He said, look, you're not coming. You're in my plans, like long run, but you're not going out on loan anywhere. So he gave me the chance. I came on against BPA, Bradford Park Ave, and did all right for half an hour. Put me on, and then I made my first start against Farsley. It was when no fans were allowed.
Okay.
It was streamed on telly. So I got everyone my mates watching and got
At home,
and got a goal and assist in a 2-0 win. So it was another good league debut to start. And that season I think I scored 6 in 11 for my first go step 2, which I didn't think anything of it. I scored 6 goals like this, but then I didn't realise how good a level step 2 was.
Oh
I didn't understand
yeah.
how good what people thought, but I just scored 6 goals. I just like scoring goals.
I mean, people understand that. I think that step up from step 5 to step 4 is big.
Yeah.
Is it as big as what it once was? Potentially not, because of the money that's in 5. People seem to be favouring that, and
the counties into
they do a little bit, don't they? And and sort of
but I went
travel and things. And
I skipped step 3. I went from 4 to 2. And I just scored 16-5 before the season ended. 16-11, sorry, before the season ended, and I didn't think anything of it. But then he offered me a new deal when it started again.
Were there still some interest from other places, or?
Yeah, I didn't. I offered Guiseley were offering me double the money. The same, bit less travel, 10 to 15 minutes less, but with a couple of people. So I took the guy. The same, they were in step 2.
Right.
This was the first full season back after COVID, so it had been 21-22. Yeah, 21-22. Sold me the dream, did Russ O'Neill. Sold me the absolute dream. You have Kane Felix, Jordan Fulis running off you. Yep. Very good players. Yep. Kane's rapid.
Jordan, were you at Tankerson for a bit or not? Did you?
No.
Tell you a bit.
I don't think
you were out at Town, weren't you?
Yeah. No, I never played with Jordan. That was the first time.
He was at Stocksbridge.
Yeah.
Raw when he was like young lad.
Very good player. Very good player. Just scores goals.
Yeah.
Very clever movement in the box. Read the game well. But yeah, there was, and then they said, look, they had Russ O'Neill and Marcus Bignett were the 2 most polar opposite managers you could ever meet. Yeah. So you've got Marcus, technically play through the thirds, everything's low block, high block, all this technical work and stuff, and I'm looking at the fuck are you saying to me?
Get ball up to me.
Yeah.
Pull it down, kick it long. Get it wide.
And then you've got Russ going, right, everything's a press. So go press, work hard, wrap people, run about, just get it quick, get it up the field as quick as you can. So you've got one saying this, play through the thirds, and one's getting it lower, so you didn't know where to stand it.
Yeah. Well, Russ has always worked with Nicky Law, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's like Alfred.
Just get it forward.
Get it forward.
Play that final third, yeah.
That's it. Let the players play in the final third and get it up there as quick as you can. Whereas Marcus wanted to keep it around the back. Don't go forward if you don't have to keep possession. He was technical. I think he was.
And done some management.
I think it was women's Villas, women, and like Birmingham 23s and stuff like that. It was total football. He knew his stuff. He was a very good manager, but they didn't work with Russ because.
How long were you there for?
Just 3 months, 2 months.
Why?
Yeah, it worked out.
Weren't a loan deal then, when it was just.
No, I signed
contract.
But he wasn't playing me. And then there was one game we played Boston away. We were 2-1 down after 65, 70 minutes. I was on the bench. And you made 2 subs. You brought a centre half on.
I would have been there at the time up front on your place. Aaron Martin had been there.
No, it was Jordan and Kane.
It was just
Denton, yeah. Then he brought a centre half on and a defensive midfielder on. They were the 2 subs at 2-1 down. I'm thinking, what are you doing damage limitation 10 games in the season? Like, surely you want to try and go out and get a point, put forward players on.
Yeah.
He didn't look at me. So everything I dealt with that side was with Russ.
Yeah.
So I tried to ring him and he didn't answer. So I had to go through Mark and say, look, I want to leave. I'm not playing. I'm clearly not in your plans. Can I go? So
We're just going to use sub a lot then.
yeah. I think I played 6 games, 6 games. I started 1 in the FA Cup, which we won, and then the next game he made one change at me, brought me out of the team for someone else after we just won again.
And what people, I know we spoke a bit off air, didn't we, about what people don't realise is step 2, still working full time.
Yeah, still working. Doing all the travelling.
Oxfords and people like that are in that.
Yeah.
It's
finishing
at half day.
Finish at half day.
Southport a bit and teams like that.
South Liverpool, you've got South to Brackley, teams like that.
Yeah. And it's a big commitment. You're training
in
Tuesday, Thursday, yeah.
Training in Sheffield. Training in Sheff. Which was an hour 40 for me. Guys, it was an hour 50 to get there. So yeah, it was a big commitment to go watch every week.
Yeah.
And it's always been the same. I just want to play. Just want to play football. Yeah. I play for free.
And a strange one. And a strange one really after they'd sort of caught you.
He'd gone out of my way.
Yeah.
Because I told him, look, I've got a deal agreement with friend that I'm staying, and he said, look, we'll give you this amount of money.
And made it too good for you to turn down, right?
So too good. His travel expenses and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I said that's why I signed. He sold the dream. Said, look, you're going to play. You'll get goals. You'll get assists because people are going to be running off you. So yeah, I ended up talking to Michael Ingham at Scarborough. He was Scarborough assistant to John Green. I said, look, we can get something sorted, will you sign? So they said, yeah, they sorted, they had to pay a fee to Kaiser for me. But ended up turning to the best season ever because guys who got relegated and we got promoted. So transfer of season.
What level did you do well or?
I got, I think, 12 goals, 10 assists in the season. Did quite well. So against Scarborough, it was 25 minutes for me.
Yeah, lovely.
So it was nice, yeah. The big fan base, 15, 2,000.
Yeah.
Good playing in front of that.
Good playing in front of the crowd. You scored, you get massive roars and cheers.
And that'll be at the new
one,
ground,
the Flamingo Land one, it was nice, and to get promoted, and then he plays to check guys' result after the game, lost again, and then you see them get relegated like last game of the season. It's like you've just got into the playoff last game of the season, they've gone down, and you're just like, oh, that's a shame. Anyway,
should have just played me.
Yeah, just give me a chance.
Did you play against them in the regular season, or did you go back to guys as a Scarborough?
No, Scarborough was step 3.
Step 3.
Yeah, so I went down to, this is my first time at step 3.
You got step Prem.
You got Prem, This is my first go at step 3.
Which that was still in a competitive league then, though, wasn't it?
There was still, I think Buxton won the league.
Yeah.
We just got in playoffs in step 2 this year. There was some good Matlock. I think we played Matlock in the playoffs, semi-final, and we beat them 2-1. And then we played Warrington Town in the final.
Both at home?
Both at home, we finished 3rd. South Shields were in the league at the time.
Was they?
They finished 2nd. Warrington finished 5th, and Warrington beat them on penalties on the night we beat Matlock.
So South Shields were getting good attendance as well, weren't they? Like, they were getting like 18, 1900.
Well, we went on a run from Christmas. I think we lost once. We lost twice from Christmas to the end of the season.
Yeah.
We lost to South Shields at their spot on New Year's Day, but we lost a home game to someone.
Wow.
There were those games in like we played, I think it was Nantwich at home. We were 1-0 down with 10 men. We've been down to 10 men and got into half time. And John was just going, look, I've been in this situation before. We were playing Arsenal once, and it was me against Vieira. I'm like, what's that got to do with what we're anyway? We've gone out 1-3-1. Anyway, that Arsenal story must have motivated you.
I think their midfield have a ponytail.
Bergkamp, Vieira, and someone else like.
Lundberg,
what's the midfield?
If you can tell them stories, it's not bad. He's not a bad junior.
He was still the best player in training, by the way. And he joined it and stuff. We got in the rondos.
But we were in the early 40s when you were playing there, like,
I think, late 30s, early 40s. And he joined in the rondos.
And he signed on? He signed on?
No, signed on. I think he stopped playing when he was at Taddy. He played at Tadcaster. I think he stopped playing then. But he joined in rondos, joined in small-sided, and just never get the ball away.
Nicholas.
You can just see the level that is in slow motion, the way he plays the game compared to us. We're all like running about trying to like get the ball back, and he's just swanning about the pitch, kind of, and just slotting it in.
I love seeing that
through
like
balls.
on footage. You know, when you watch like YouTube and stuff like that, and there'll be an professional player like a Lampard and that, and they're still dictating training, and that lads are like, oh my god.
There's a guy you see with was it Gerrard when he was somewhere and he was just singing all
Just singing
to
it,
the wide men, but he was just to a T on and he could hit every single time.
Right way, right way.
Players.
Every single time.
Levels.
There is levels to it. John was just different. Yeah.
Good manager as well to play on.
Good manager. He again said it how it is.
Yeah.
I like managers like that.
That's got to be Ferguson, hasn't it?
I think so.
Influencing that.
I think he must have used that in about how Fergie managed. But even to just say Fergie managed you, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. And I know again not fair as a Man U fan.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Play with somebody.
Unfortunately, since we were good. We were good
I was
once.
nearly not thinking he's perfect this time.
Everyone's got flaws.
You'll take that though. You'll let me fire off a call up.
Well, we sum it up when we're getting £90 million strikers and playing Maguire up top to save the day. So
That's crazy, mate.
sums us up at the minute.
Yeah.
But being a United fan and then knowing he was on the bench in the Champions League final.
Wow.
Just to be like Fergie.
And it's stuff like, and to be fair, Jake, it's stuff like that, isn't it? It's like, you'll sit back and like look at you, analyse your non-league career when you finally finished. And moments like that, playing for John O'Green and Green playing
for someone that I watched when I was younger.
And the players he's played with and stuff like that, unbelievable. And like, you mentioned that story then about Vieira and Coutinho, but you know what?
When we won down in Norwich.
I've been mentioning it all the time. Like it's, why wouldn't you? Anyway, it must have done something for you anyway if you won 3-1.
If it were me, I'd been Ronaldo's medal.
I think he brought him once. It was
Champions League medal.
I'd never take it off. I don't think about Champions League.
Yeah.
Sleep in it, shower in it.
Definitely.
Never ever take it off. But then you look at the career he did have. But then he told a story once when he went to. He said that he went to knock on Fergie's door and he's like, no one. You've heard Gary Neville saying like on these, no one knocks on Fergie's door. No one ever. And he's just look, I'm never going to play. And he's like, Fergie didn't want him to leave. But he said, you look at the midfield, you've got Keane, Scholes, Beckham, Giggs. You know, when am I going to get it?
It's like knocking one door down and then it's reinforced one next one into.
You got Nicky Butt as well there.
Yeah, crazy. And then Veron and people
coming through. And then he's just like, look, I want to, I need to play. But Fergie offered him a very good deal more money, but I think he went to Middlesbrough.
I think he went to Middlesbrough.
United, and he just said he had to play. He was never going to play.
Well, credit to him, like us.
And he had quick, really. Played Prem. I remember texting him once before.
Did he come through Man U Academy?
No, he came from York.
York
Academy, But I remember texting him once after, I think it was after the Tadcaster season. So hey mate, just any contact? Have you got any contacts at step 1, step 2? Texted me back saying, sorry mate, I only spent my whole career at Premier Champions. No problem, pal. Thanks anyway. No worries, mate.
What was that playoff final like?
The atmosphere.
I bet it was.
Yeah, it was bank following Monday. It was.
I know it is an oof in it, but then it's Tuesday. Everybody's back at work, aren't they?
Yeah, going back at work.
I thought exactly the same. We're on about it. We've had a couple of weeks if you miss it, and they start seeing playoff texts and
it's great
stuff going out, and it's brilliant. And then they announced workshop games on Monday.
It's
going to be the Monday, and then it's the same minute they're going to have a good old crowd, but you've got 800 people that's going to have a sneaking hangover on Tuesday morning.
That's what we had. Everyone back at work on the Tuesday, and we had a cup final on the Wednesday night.
Did you?
So they're like, you bank holiday Sundays, you normally have a few beers, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone do, but we can't go.
No.
The biggest game.
You probably couldn't sat this, could you? Really?
No, we didn't. No, one else said my ex was pregnant. She just gave birth on that weekend. The holiday, so I just had a daughter, and then we won playoffs, and then we won the cup final. So
it was a weekend, man.
Yeah, good weekend. Yeah. And then Yeah, back to reality. Season's over. Back to work. Nothing to.
End the season do like that year or
they went on a few of them went on holiday, but just had a
yeah, Chelsea, you're not going anywhere, are you, mate?
No, I didn't want to be. I've never been a massive drinker.
No.
Really? Well, I say never. I used to be when I played. Like the old warm-ups were 3 pints. After getting at 6 o'clock, a couple of pints on a Saturday afternoon, and go kick off at 2 o'clock, and score 7 and get back on the sauce. That was an average Saturday. Yeah, living the dream there. I can't wait to go play Vets football. I say I'll go watch my mates sometimes on a Sunday now when they're playing Vets, and I'm like, we're in bar and a pint. It's like, are you kicking off? Yeah, half an hour, yeah, just up my pint, and then it's living the dream. So yeah, a few more years and I'll go join in with them, I think.
So, get promoted.
Got promoted, spoke to John O, and he said he's not going to renew my contract, looking for a different style of play, not really suiting me. So
Shot you? Or?
Yeah, I thought he did wanted to keep the majority on personally because of what we've just done.
Yeah.
But I was a bit disappointed really. And then the season afterwards.
Again, probably because you think I've got something to prove at step 2 here.
Yeah, I was going back up to step 2. It's rare, innit? You go down. Go back if you leave step 2, you don't really go.
No.
You don't really go back up, do you? So to get promoted back to step 2 and then they just say he's not going to offer me something, I was a bit disappointed. But I'm not one to sit and dwell on stuff. I just moved on. I went, fair enough, no problem. I just went, thank you, honesty, appreciate it. All the best.
Yeah.
And then
at that point in time, were you thinking anybody in mind or?
No one in mind. No, but I had the clubs message me. You do every year.
Yeah.
I spoke to Paul Phillips at Matlock, which was ended up signing for him. Got on with Philo great. Thought he was a top lad. This was the weirdest season I ever had. I played for 4 clubs this year.
Wow.
Played. Philo was. I got on with Philo. We knew what it was about. I knew what it was about. It's very similar to how it is. If you were shit, you tell you. If you didn't like it, straight to the point.
Yeah.
Played 9 or 10 games for him. We were 3rd or 4th in the league. We were definitely in playoff positions, and we had a fallout with the chairman and ended up getting sacked. I think he left, but then they announced it as being said it was a bit toxic. So Craig Elliott came in straight from the off, didn't get on. Won't having me at all. Wasn't just me, those 6 or 7 others he wanted to get rid of. And I said to him, look, I don't mind leaving, I'm not in your plans, fair enough, but you're going to have to pay me out my contract. That's just, you want me, I've not come to you and said I want to leave you. You have to give me something. I won't be like a dick about it, I just give me 25%, I'm asking for a lot of it, just some of it to pay me out my contract because you want to leave. And he never answers his phone, I ring him, he won't answer. He texts me straight away, what's up mate? So I bring him back, he won't answer. And then he won't do comp. You see you at training, be like, alright mate, make sure you're ready for Saturday, real nicey, and then you get to Saturday, you're not in the squad. And then you ring him again, no answer. And he texts you, I've got messages, I've still got messages. He texts me saying, look, it can get a lonely place when you sat in the stands on your own and doing all this running on your own and stuff. Your manager can't be texting you that, can he? He texts me saying it can get lonely. Just take an opportunity to leave the contract and stuff. I was just like, so when he said that, I got a little stunned. So I was like, I'll just sit my money, mate. I was on Villa, put me on a decent contract. So I'll just sit on it. Yeah. No problem.
The thing is, knowing Craig and how he operates, they wanted that money to go get 2 or 3
years. He wanted
to go absolutely killing him inside, but he couldn't move it on.
There was 3 or 4 of us doing the same thing. Doing the same thing too. Because obviously you talk to players and mates, aren't they? Talking to players, we were saying the same thing. I said, he said this, and he said the same to me. He said the same to me. So we just said, look, we'll just sit on that money. I know it's shit not playing and you're not involved, and still in the changing room and crap with the lads. I've always been professional.
What lads like?
Yeah, they were good lads. Good set of lads. Most of them were from Manchester way. But I've always been professional, so I've been changing room, calling lads on.
Yeah, I still all have been like Ashton weren't and stuff like that.
It's that way on.
If you want from that side. Which into Big Drive actually, isn't it?
It's an hour just straight down.
Yeah. And that's complete opposite to somebody who you signed for, isn't it? Like I said, Philo, you've got him straight to the point.
He'd ring you and he'd ring you and tell you, look, you were shit the other day, play better ball, ring you, say, oh, well done.
Then you've got the next extreme of Craig,
who doesn't answer the phone, doesn't talk, just making 2 faced behind your back.
And then I'm smiling because I mentioned it before, and to yourself and that, and when we were at Glasshouse when we were 12 points clear, and you fetched 5 players in.
Yeah.
Very similar. Right. Just name squad weren't in it.
Yeah.
Not, this is step 6 in it.
Right.
Right. I'll talk to you after, Craig. Couldn't find him.
Yeah.
He was in the toilet.
I didn't know. It's crazy. It
Just no confrontation.
but I've seen
You
it.
can't be like that, can you?
That's not as a manager.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
Dean.
think that's
Just be honest.
good honest, isn't it?
You've got to do the hard parts as well as a manager that you don't want to do, saying, look, you're not involved today.
And it is, and listen, it is difficult, that, isn't it? It is difficult to leave someone out of a squad, and it is difficult to make that decision, but ultimately,
But if he's,
you've got to go with your gut feeling.
if he came to me and said, look, I'm not leaving out the squad today because I'm not having you, I wouldn't like it, but I respect him because he's been honest with me.
Yeah.
You can deal with that. If you hear the truth, managers now, I get his opinions in it for a while.
Yeah.
Manager said to him, I'm not having you, fair enough, mate.
And there can be that difference of opinion.
Yeah,
there always will be.
There is, but you
Yeah.
respect it because
Yeah.
he's told you. He's
Yeah.
come up, he's come out his way and said, look, I'm not having you. You're not in my plans. You're not fair enough, mate. You know, but let's
Move on.
move
Check
on,
out.
yeah. Fair enough, I respect your honesty.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, I ended up, Whitby got in touch with me, Nathan Haslam at Whitby, and he said, look, we'll give you this deal, this, and we can match the money. And chairman said, we'll give you a sign-on fee if that's, I explained what was happening, I said, look, I'm not leaving without them paying me. So he said, look, we'll give you a sign-on fee, we'll use X amount now, X amount of Christmas. And me being self-employed, I don't get paid over Christmas, so like X amount of Christmas, like, yeah, I can that'll help with Christmas. So I ended up signing for Whitby there. Rock bottom, 1 point after 9 games or
Back
something.
to step 3.
Matt Locker in step 3.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Still in step 3. Still in step 3, yeah.
Whitby and other though, big clubs like you giant
Yeah,
mentality,
definitely.
I think.
Yeah,
It's just of where it is.
it's only an hour for me up the
Yeah.
road. So I didn't mind the travel either. Got on with the lads straight away. We got they had a day session planned because they didn't have a game on the Saturday. So the first time I met all the lads was on the piss. So I'm not trained, I'm not nothing. First time the lads just got on with it, just jumped straight. I'll just dive straight in. I'm not going
That
to
used to be a decent surface. Whitby had a really big stand on one side.
Yeah,
One
big stand
on
on
one
one
side,
side,
and
yeah.
big stand on.
Yeah, and then we were shy lad, just I won't sit in the corner twiddling my thumbs.
No.
And I went just straight in the middle, and what shots. That's good. Yeah, bombs out. Yeah, got my lads, and then
Getting a signing on for you.
yeah, chairman got these lads. Yeah, and then rock bottom 1 point after 9, and then we went on some mad run between then and February. I think 12th or 13th we were after picked up a lot of form.
Scoring again?
More assists than goals that year. Sort of, I think that's when my role sort of. Well, when my legs went a bit. Say my role changed when I stopped. I've never been fast. I've never been slow. I've been a powerful runner. So.
But they just like occupied 2 centre halves. So.
Yeah. I just occupied the centre half. So we played as a 3 runners in behind, and I think I got.
Which is alright.
I don't mind. I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
I got 8 or 9 assists. I think I got 5 or 6 goals, 8 or 9 assists in 20 odd, 20. He's still a good
Still
return.
returning.
Still doing a return. Yeah.
But we're happy again. You're in.
I was happy I was playing.
Yeah.
I was happy I was playing, but then he ended up signing 2 or 3 strikers. Let's do it February, I reckon. And we played Mask when Curtis was there. So you saw all that with him and myself. And he said, look, you see what we're going through. Do you think Nathan will let you go? I said, well, I'm on a contract, mate, that's for you to. So he's got in touch with him, and Nathan said, yeah, you can talk to him. So I suppose sorted a deal with Curtis out, and then he's just gone to Mass chairman and he said, well, can we back Jake? Paid a fee for me, and I've gone up to Mass, sorted it in 3 days. It was sorted. Played 2 games for him. That was it. 2 games. I went from Whitby to Mass for 2 games.
Yeah. Then Curtis left, or
It's left. I played 2 games. We lost the first. Played after the wreck. Lost 2-0. Surface was terrible. There's a slope. It's bobbly. But they beat us 2-0. And then we went to Nantwich on a Tuesday night. Nantwich again. It's called. Yeah, Nantwich.
that's a great setup in Nantwich.
It's a great setup.
Yeah.
But it was 3 hours 20 minutes. Coast to coast inside the country.
Yeah.
So yeah, left work. What was that? 1 o'clock. Got there, drove straight there myself.
It's usually that a lot like with being self-employed. It's usually doing more
Yeah.
coaches.
No, I normally get on the car.
Saturdays on the coach, and then midweek is probably
Depends
where
where it is.
and that,
Depends
yeah,
where it
yeah.
was. Yeah. If it was within an hour and 20, I probably myself because you get a quick getaway.
Of course, yeah.
You get back quicker.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to Nantwich. She's named the team, and I've played up front. They had Adam Boyce. They said they're like folk hero, great, good player. Didn't really get on with it. It was a bit big time for me, but anyway, Curtis dropped him, played me. I scored. We won 2-0. It's the first time they've won in 12, 13 games or something. So said, well done his piece in the changing room. Wednesday morning, he rang me. He says, right, been sacked. I thought, what do you mean? I went, yeah, they've just got rid of me. They've said Adam Boyce has to play because he brought loads of sponsors apparently and loads of money and stuff. So the board have rang him and said Adam has to play. Adam has to be on the and Curtis just went, look, I'm leaving them. No, you have to. I'm leaving when you sack me because if you want me to be the manager, I brought Jake in to play.
Yeah.
You've seen what he's done. He's just scored on his debut. We've won.
It's alright saying that, but if Boyce not scored for 20 games.
He's got a few goals, but it's not winning. And he's a good player. He's got like.
I think he's still playing in Northern League.
I think he's in red.
I always think that the change is justified if you win a game of football, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but then, so he's rang me. I'm gone, mate. I'm out the door. So.
But you were thinking,
I'm thinking, fucking hell. I was on what do you mean? You just signed me. I just left with me to come to you. 2 games, fucking 5 days in. Played Saturday, Tuesday. You signed me on a Thursday, and I'm thinking, I've been here 5 days, right? I'm ringing the chairman. Rang the chairman. I said, look, no offence, mate.
I've signed for Curtis.
I've signed for Curtis. I'm not signed for Mass. And you've got rid of Curtis, so can we just like mutually agree? I'm not going to ask for any money, or I'll come just end my contract. He was like, yeah, I regret. I don't want you to leave. I was like, oh, you're the one that's told him that he has to play fucking Boyce. Yeah.
So whoever's coming in,
yeah,
your second fiddle anyway.
Yeah. So I just said to him, I said, look, no offence to you or the club or anything. It seems a good setup. Fans seem alright. The fans were good with me. They messaged saying, look, I can't believe you're leaving. We just started to turn it, look like we're turning stuff around. And then, just ended up mutually ending my contract with them after five days.
What month for this in then?
This was March, I think.
Okay, so you're pretty much towards end of the season.
February, March time, I think. Yeah. And then I've messaged a few clubs. I had a week off.
Were you still thinking about? Were you even thinking about that time? Just
I was thinking about seeing the season out, but then I've looked at most teams. Most teams had like 10, 11 games. There's still a fair few to play. So I thought I'd message a few people. So I messaged someone at Boston. Back in step 2, went training on the Thursday night with Boston. Ian Culverhouse was manager, and he said, "Look, you've done well at training. We'll get Saturday out of the way. We'll give you a bell Monday, get you back in training. We'll try and sort something out for you Tuesday." I was like, "Yeah, that's fine, no problem." And then I spoke to Jason Ainsley at Spennymoor, and he said, "This was on a Friday night." And he said, "Look, there's 2 tickets on the gate for Spenny. Come up, watch it. We'll sort something out." So I've gone up, drove up to Spenny on the Saturday, watched him. Gone into his office, he said, look, there's a deal for you there. See if you sign it. So I just saw, I'll sign it. What if Boston don't come back to me? I just thought there's a contract there. Bit of security for a couple of months, signed the deal. So I signed it for Spenny, luckily got back to step 2.
So the number 4 club that season?
Yeah, the 4th club that year.
Who was it Spennymoor then?
Similar to now, Glenn Taylor. Probably best striker I've ever played with.
Yeah.
Absolutely, has everything. Should not be at this league even now.
I believe you now.
I think he's a year older than me. I think 33, maybe 32, 33. I think.
So he's going to play at this standing there until
he will now. I don't think he'll lose many. No. But he had everything. Yeah, good in the air, fast, could run, strike with both feet, scoring, just scores goals. Yeah, gets assists, technically class, fit, look after himself. Yeah, very, very good. But
good club.
Yeah, great club.
James Curtis there?
James Curtis was there, yeah. James was there, funny.
I'll tell you guys, Curtis is the best player I've ever played with. Yeah, so that he's just like a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Go up against him.
Probably.
Big ginger.
Yeah. No, yeah. Well, it'll have been Gates and I played against him.
Spenny.
Yeah, no, it'll have been Gates and I played against him. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Football.
Very good.
So you
played national law 42, so it just shows how much he looked after himself.
Yeah.
And how fit it was, very good, great in the changing room, good captain.
He'd been struggling this week though.
Yeah.
They're creeping up.
Yeah. Everyone's putting DP.
Yeah.
Smothered in his sun cream.
I do remember him now, yeah.
Yeah, very, very good player. Rob Ramshaw, the fittest, angriest man I've ever met. He just shouts random abuse at everyone. Like, sometimes he was insults, you're thinking, what have you just said? It shows. But sometimes he's just funny to listen to. But it's,
Should have been a keeper.
just running around, but he's so fit.
Yeah.
He'll go, like, I didn't do a pre-season there, I was speaking to the lads about him, and he'll say, he'll go on holiday for 8 weeks, come back in pre-season, done absolutely nothing but drink, and he'll win the running. Yeah, when they're all the running and stuff, just so.
Who's doing that with India like that to do that?
Yeah, people are
Natural freaks.
Yeah, I have to proper graft to
Yeah,
get fit, and
yeah.
there's people that can do nothing and just
Yeah.
fucking run off.
Yeah.
Yeah, not me at all.
Frustrated in it, yeah.
But yeah, he's just so fit, and yeah, there was some good players there, and but Paul Blackett was there. Sal Shields just got top scorer, I think, last 2 seasons in National North. He just scores goals. Class. His football brain was technically class.
Strong front line then.
Strong.
I would have said, like, what we all sort of reading going in there then,
just-
what it more for you just that little bit, like, get me to end it, see what it takes, make it do alright.
It was an opportunity to get back into step 2,
Yeah.
get back to a high level again.
Yeah.
National North again,
And where were they at League when you signed with him?
they were mid-table,
Mid-table,
11th, 12th. We had a good run to end the season. I came on majority of the games towards the end. The only game I started from was against Alfred.
Right.
Weirdly enough, played well, got an assist, stepped back up. We lost 3-2. They were strong back. They got playoffs that year.
Yeah.
They're always strong. You know what you get with them. You know what you get with us. Billy's always been the same. But yeah, played well, and then he spoke to me after the game. He said, "Look, I'll be in touch after when the season's finished, and see what you're doing next year." And we ended the season where it was that season where like 9 teams could get in the playoffs on the last day, and every 10 minutes teams would show you. I think after 89 minutes we were 6th, and then after 93 minutes we finished 10th or something. Crazy.
Everybody just started forward.
Charlie were 3-1 up against Gloucester after 80 something minutes, and then Gloucester scored 3 goals in the last 6 minutes of 4-3 to get the last playoff spot.
Wow.
To take 4 teams out of it, and we missed out on goal difference. I think 4 teams ended on 68 points, and the top one with a better goal difference got in on it. Yeah, it was a crazy end to the season. We were beating Farsley Celtic 2-0, and then Farsley fans just celebrating and laughing. I thinking, what's going on here? We're 2-0 up. Made laugh. What's happening then?
What were they doing? Were they up there?
They were just nothing to play for. They're just laughing at us, thinking, and then it's all click thinking, okay, that's someone scored. It's not even playoffs,
Last day magic.
Summer come, and then Billy rang, and that's when we signed for Alfred.
Did you never did you think like, I don't want to go back there?
A bit, because Spenny offered me a new deal as
Did
well.
they? I was about to ask you if they did.
They offered me a new deal, they wanted me to stay, and I just thought, with Alfred and I know there was 3 or 4 lads I was jumping in the car with. There was Jordan Fulis, Adam London, Josh Clapton.
Do you think your chances of playing more games were there as well, or did you,
definitely.
Just
Definitely.
talking about the spending more front line.
I was never going to play in front of Sales, and I got that. He was the best striker in the league for the last 6-7 years. So I was never ever going to play. So I thought, I'm going to get more chances for him.
And again, knowing the playing style that you like,
it suits.
You know that
he's going to play to my strengths. I'm what his kind of player. But it was Spenny. It was my first ever season with him on my shirt as well. So that was a nice. It's just I've never from where I started. It's like you never see it, and I got into changing room, saw my name, and I was like, it's something I never thought that.
For somebody who was playing, for somebody who was playing pub football.
Where I started.
No disrespect.
No. Where I started.
5 years later.
5-6 years.
5-6 years.
To have my name on the shirt.
Back and
Sungwin.
Yeah, and then I got number 29, which is my daughter's birthday, so it was a nice one. Yeah, I was happy with that one. Still wanted the 9 shirt, but
Did you get to keep the shirt?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
just to be fair to them, they sent me out in the post that their kitman got in touch with me and they said, look, we've got your kit for you, do you want it? I was like, yeah, it'd be classic.
Oh, definitely.
They sent it out to me.
Yeah.
So
Lovely.
it was a good touch off them.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I got to Alfreton and then they'd never had the names on the shirts.
No.
So I just thought back to normal then, and we got to first training session and I was like, right, we need all your kit sizes and stuff and shirt sizes. And like, oh, you got names on your shirt this year, so I was getting quite happy. I still look at it now and I think actually it's a bit surreal to me that it's there from.
Did you get the 9?
Yeah.
Part of the
Got the 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy with that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I signed there.
So this was a couple of seasons
It
ago?
was 2 seasons
Yeah,
ago,
2 seasons ago.
23, 24.
Yeah.
Started there. Probably the best season of my life in football.
Did you?
Yeah, personally, and as a team, we finished in the playoffs. We got to the second round replay of the FA Cup against Walsall. I was sat watching the third round draw of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
The big boys come in, I'm looking at them, being United fan.
Yeah.
Looking at Man United got, and I'm sat looking at thinking, who Alfreton? It was like, we had Walsall in the second round replay, so it was like Walsall Alfreton versus.
Was it 1-1 first game? Or?
0-0. It was a game, it was on telly. It was on BBC.
I remember watching I watched the replay.
Yeah, the first game was on BBC One, 12:30 Saturday, prime time, everyone in the pub. They had covers on overnight, so it's frozen.
That's right, they did.
25 past 12, 5 minutes before kick-off. Refs can't play this pitch, frozen, back off. Prime, BBC One announced all the game's been called off. I've got like 30 mates in the pub, like ringing. I've gone back to my phone, there's about 35, 40 missed calls, 100 messages in the group chat, well, they called it off. It's a frozen pitch. It should have never been on. The pitch was frozen when we got there. Warming up, it was like that.
Yeah.
It was rock hard.
Did they ask you to warm up in certain areas at pitch to try and soften up?
Yeah, to warm up, soften up. But it was, personally, we all think it was Walsall in the rest team. We don't want to play with this. They're not there. We'd have beat them that Saturday. Adamant. If that had gone on, we'd have beat them.
First proper televised game for yourself? What was that?
No. We, do you remember when they first brought the Red Button games in on the FA Cup?
Yeah.
We played South Shields for Brid.
Oh, Brid.
For Brid, yeah.
No, Taddy had one. Did Taddy have one last year?
Taddy had one, yes, Chester did there.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, this was that season I got the 48 goals. It was that season. We South Shields on the Red Button BBC. That was the first proper. It was Red Button. This was the first one prime time BBC. It was. So really, you see like
commentators there.
There was Martin Keown side of the pitch. Chris Wilder was there as well. And they just all stood next to the FA Cup, just like on the side of the pitch. And he's just like looking at the FA Cup thing. It's been mental. That
It's just there.
It's just there, like there. It's an FA Cup thinking, I just want to go pick it up. Just like, man, do you want to come up and just pick that up? But it was surreal. But yeah, called off 5 minutes before kick-off. Everyone's fuming. And we had Christmas do after. We thought it perfect. This we'll finish half time. We're done for 3. Get to Manchester. We were going to Manchester. So we got halfway to Manchester and the gaffers rang the keeper and then started talking to the keeper, was putting chat. Right lads, gaffers just rang me. Game's been rearranged for Tuesday night. We had Saturday Sunday planned in Manchester. So like, go steady tonight. He said we can go out tonight, do nothing Sunday. So I just ruined that weekend. Got a steady night Saturday and then we had Walsall on Tuesday night. I think he's booking the weekend after.
Just give us a weekend.
Just give us a weekend, but
George Willis.
Yeah, George Willis, very good keeper. Yeah, we missed him when he got injured. This season.
Did you start in that game?
No, I was on the. We went with Ryan Taylor.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
Rich Rotherham.
Yeah, class. Yeah, but as good as Glenn Taylor. It must be the name. It must be Taylor.
Yeah, just very good.
Yeah,
I remember watching the game. I thought he did really well.
Yeah,
unlucky.
Yeah, the first game we were disappointed not to win.
Yeah.
Second game they scored after 5 minutes at their spot and it was a shit goal, wasn't it? It was just like deflection around the box and it's landed at his feet 8 yards out and then they was solid on the back really. Just couldn't break them down. But yeah, it was nice to be the FA Cup third round.
Did you get some minutes?
Yeah, I think I come on after half 65 in the first and a similar second.
Yeah.
So I got half an hour in both one.
Who did you beat first round?
Worthing. They were top of National South at the time. They were total football, and you couldn't come to Alfred in November and play total football. Couldn't do it now. No. So yeah, we beat Macclesfield in the 4th qualifying round. Savage was there in his cream tracksuit, walking around like he's Beckham, and just everyone was buzzing to beat them. Yeah. But we played them in the FA Trophies that season. They beat us in the trophy. But yeah, I scored both games against him, so he must have hated me. But yeah, so it was a nice. The FA Cup run was and then we finished the season in the playoffs. Last season we went in the games, we weren't losing it. We just thought.
I can remember the Walsall game. I just remember Lundy chucking in from everywhere.
Okay. That's
what you want.
His throw.
Yeah.
His throw is like a corner.
Yeah.
Our throw is as good as a corner for us. We score quite a lot off. It's not even the flicker. It
wasn't just like a lumpy throw where he just used to boom it like that.
He was teaching us his technique on training. I can't give it up though, so he'll be sorry. So that season, I got to the playoffs at the end of the season. It was just mad. We just couldn't lose. And then we've gone to Boston and come to us. Everyone ready for kick-off. We're getting ready to walk out the tunnel. And referees come and said, "Look, kick-off's been delayed 15 minutes. And we can't get all their fans in, so we have to wait." So we had to wait. We had to go back out, do another little slow warm-up just to keep the legs moving over. And it was what a great game to watch. 1-1 for them. We were finished 0-0. They beat us on penalties.
At your spot?
At our spot, I think we finished 5th. They were 6th. Lost loads of penalties. It was everyone was gutted. It was.
The club's mindset still a really good season, or do you start the season wanting playoffs?
We wanted playoffs. Because they got the playoffs the year before as well, and then it was the same this year. Wanted the playoffs. Playoffs is always the aim, and this year's been getting the season in 2 halves. Actually, before Christmas, we were 4 points off the top with 2 games in hand, and then we went on some mad run, losing 13 in 16 or something like that after Christmas. We just, I don't know what happened. Football just 50-50s.
Do you know the ruts, Jake? They're hard to get out sometimes. I don't think it's mindset sometimes. I think you try too hard.
I think it's like
things never come off then, don't they? You've got 11 lads trying things just to try and change the way games are winning.
You're doing stuff you don't know. And it's like, it's a habit, like winning's a good habit. It's a bad habit, and you get into that bad habit.
The winning side of it almost becomes effortless, doesn't it? I would just, like you said,
you go to
turn up.
You think you're going to win.
I'll flick onto him.
I think that's right, confidence.
Confidence.
I think when you lose that mojo, especially your flair players as well, so your lads who, I mean, you can see that at our level, the lads who you look to and think get us out of this whole and they're struggling, and it's like, where do we go from here?
We went through a couple of months where we lost some important players, like George Willis got injured New Year's Day, and I had to go in net second half.
Well, this is what we're going to ask you. Is it first time you've ever done that, donned it, or
First time at a level. I did like 8 or 9 games pub league.
So how did that come about then, that game?
So
why is there not one bench?
Yeah, I'm going to say.
Well, that was probably the first game we didn't have people on the bench.
Right, would you normally have one on the bench?
He's normally always got people on the bench, always. And then that was probably one of the first games that season.
It's even stuff like that, in like ruts as well?
No, that was the start of the run.
Okay.
That was the start. New Year's Day, we lost Boxing Day, lost New Year's Day, and then Boxing Day was the start of it, where it just went downhill.
So how did it go about then? Were you on bench that game then?
No, I was starting playing up top. We were 0-0, and then he's gone to kick it, goal kick to me, and he's just holding his quad. He just said he can't kick, he can't move. They ended up defend. So 25, half an hour in, and then they've got a penalty, and it's like he said, "Are you all right?" And he's gone, I can't move. It's like, well, are you going to swap it now? It's like, oh, I'll see the half out. And then the kids took the penalty. He's stuttered, and he's gone, and he can't get up. So he's just got an open goal. So he can't react. He's gone down on his leg, and he's struggling. So and got to half time, and he said, "Look, he said, look, Jake, can you play net?" I played net. It was me or Lundy that going net, and it was easier to bring.
Just you, mate. So do you want to
Well, it was easy to bring us another striker. We had strikers on the bench, and obviously midfield's important, Bundy's very important in midfield, and we had other strikers on. So he said, like, he's just, I'm having a piss. And Geordie's on the street and he just walked in. Jake, get your fucking gloves on now. Get them gloves on. So I'm thinking, getting gloves. I was like, right, okay. I've still got the gloves in. Like you said, you can keep them. Put the gloves on and went out second half. It's a clean sheet. Yeah.
Do you have much to do? Or?
No, a couple of
claims?
One claim, they put a cross in, like a looping cross. And I've just come running out, I think I'm just going to head this and clear it. And I've realised I've come in like, I've caught it, I think
that would have been brilliant.
I think I've just gone to it, And then, come running off the line, I ended up catching it. Jimmy Spencer has come one-on-one, he's about 10 yards offside, don't know, I've not put flag up. Anyway, not put flag, he's come running through, he's tried to be clever, he's tried to like dink it over me. And I've gone to stop it near post, he's dinked it over and it's hit the post on the far side. I've just cleared it out the closest I've come to scoring.
Yeah.
But yeah, kept a clean sheet.
Still lost the game? Or?
Lost 1-0, they scored the penalty, finished 1-0.
Should have got in for a penalty.
Kicking was good.
Should have got in for a penalty.
Should have done it.
Yeah.
Do you want to change it? I was into it, yes. Do you want to change it now? Shall I go in?
Would you have gone that way?
I don't know. The thing is, like, sometimes I go in net in the warm up. You know, like, if I'm on the bench and stuff, I'll go in there for a couple, and I've saved a few pens, like, for the lads and stuff. And I quite like it. I quite like it now. I think when some strikers go to centre out, I'm going to skip that when I get to it.
Is Bill that confident now in your abilities that he'll just not have a keeper on now?
He's not had a keeper on the bench for a while. Must be.
What made a lasting impression?
Yeah, must have.
So, what about your personal achievements this year?
Well, last year, the playoff season, I got 12 goals, 13 assists, so it wasn't a bad return. This year, 7 and 10, 7 goals, 10, not as. But it's been a tough season this year. Yeah.
It's easy to get them assists and goals made when you're playing.
Yeah, it's good. Confidence. But then, like last year, the little balances were going for us, the little 50-50s were going for us. This year, you feel like they'll balance in the box and their defender will be there. Whereas last year we tapped and stuff like that, and you notice that when it becomes. But then it's that confidence thing. You can't just base that on luck all the time, can you? You have to think.
Have you got any games left now?
Season's finished. Our last game of the season against Radcliffe.
What's your thought?
Sorry. I saw a tweet the other day. 100 appearances for Alfreton.
Yeah, that was a few games ago. Yeah, I think I'm 104, 105 now. Yeah, good.
Which is not bad at the level. But
Step 2.
Step 2 is my most played level now. Yeah, after step 5, 107. I think I'm on with Spenny guys at about 120, 130.
Thought process moving forward. Happy where you are, and obviously another year.
I've not thought about anything this season. To be honest, I'm gonna have a couple of times, bit of downtime, misses kids, and stuff. I've not really thought about.
It's a strange one, isn't it, Jay? Because you don't really, you just think, right, season's done. You're disappointed that it's not been the season you expected, so you think, right, I'll just have a bit of downtime. And before you know it, phone's going on, someone's in touch, and whether it's club you're at now or whether it's club thinking, there might be an opportunity again. So.
Yeah, there's always people, every year people message and say what you're doing next year and stuff. And
we are getting a County Cup final victory as well.
Yeah, we had a County Cup final, Derbyshire County Cup. That's my fourth one of them cups. The East Riding one twice, the North Yorkshire one with Scarborough, and this one now. So.
What is it, Mansfield's ground, this one?
No, Chesterfield.
Chesterfield. They used to have it at Pride Park.
It used to be, it was meant to be at Pride Park, but...
the Chesterfield ground's lovely though, isn't it?
It's nice. There's it goes like that.
There's
a big down. But we won that on penalties.
That against
Buxton. I think they lost in playoffs last night to Charlie. Charlie.
Did you set penalty?
I took penalty, scored it. We won 4-3, I think. Keeper made 2 good saves, 2 good penalty saves.
No normal time.
No. Straight to penalties, no extra time. It's nice to win a bit of silver.
Yeah, it always is. I mean,
especially like when you've had it.
It was like a silver
line. I think County Cups are always a good one anyway, aren't they?
Well, it's one of them where, like,
you'll be ice right, won't you?
There was us, Buxton, Chelsea 23s, Derby 23s. you don't really, Gafford don't really take it serious because normally they've got an FA Cup run. We're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So he puts gives people minutes normally, but then he's like, we've got to the semi, got to the final now.
Yeah.
We're here now.
And obviously, I suppose it just puts a little bit of a shine on.
It gives us something. You still won the trophy.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's a trophy. It's another medal you can show the kids.
Ever had a good, decent running trophy?
No. Never. No.
Just thinking as a step 2.
No, never.
Yeah, it's sort of your FA Cup, isn't it? It's sort of you can win that kind of.
Well, I've had better runs in the FA Cup than the trophy.
Yeah.
Never. I don't think I've ever been to first round proper or second proper.
I
don't know what rounds did set 2 come in. I might have been to first round proper. Yeah. This year we lost
I'd imagine it's probably is that.
First or second proper. We lost to Macclesfield last year, and we lost to Spennymoor this year.
I think we had 2 or 3 qualifying, aren't we? Step 5, step 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Trophy step 4.
Yeah, but like Evo stick teams will be similar. They'll take from 2 or 3 rounds before they come through.
Yeah, something like that.
Just as you said in Macclesfield, Spennymoor not our best draws then, have you?
No, well, last year we played Mac, we beat them in the FA Cup, so they'd come like revenge. A few weeks later. I think they'll win it as well.
Yeah.
With what they've stayed and money they've spent, going full time, and they've just got 106 points or something in second.
Buxton staying at that
Buxton
level
Buxton full time. I think they're 7 this year. 6 or 7. You've got Kiddy, Scunny. Brackley have just gone up there part time.
The Boston Conference?
Yeah, they will.
They've done it because they were going to come down, weren't they? But they've got a remarkable recovery.
Filed are coming back down there full time.
Tough league then next year.
Kings Lynn full time. Brackley, Scunny or Kiddy will be in there. I think one of them will win the playoffs. They finished 2nd and 3rd, didn't they?
Some good grounds as well there, aren't they?
Yeah, great grounds.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Kiddy, Scunny again. Chester's a nice ground. Kings Lynn's not bad, it's just horrible to get to.
It's not closer than Kings Lynn.
No. Brackley, I liked Brackley, just again the trek away. Their setup, they're like a little clubhouse, it's incredible live music and stuff. Yeah, it's a great setup there, but again, 4 hours away.
Still feeling fit though, mate, fighting fit.
Yeah.
Still wanting to stay at step 2 and still thinking you can offer.
Play as high as I can, I think. But then see what happens. It's a lot can happen in football.
Absolutely.
You don't know.
Absolutely.
Not only to this keeper it bets.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go as a keeper. I've got my gloves still. I'm going to
3 pints before keeper and then 3 pints after.
If he's in net, you can have one of these.
I can have one.
Any aspirations to manager old Jay? Fancy it? Or?
I'd like to stay in football somehow, management, coaching, something. I'd like to. But then it's finding that change of.
It's difficult.
One of the lads to having to tell them what to do and how to play. And
tough, mate.
It's finding that, but I'm hoping that's a long time. I've still got 5-6 years, I reckon.
Yeah.
My kind of player is not. I'm not. My legs went 5 years ago, so not worried about running behind.
A couple more years running down here.
Every time I try and run a channel, he shouts at me.
You've not got that contract.
No, it's not quite ready yet. It might Inkle was right a couple of years.
Start running channel and the Gaffer starts running. You tell me not to run, it's class, it's brilliant.
Just like before we finish, just a couple of questions from me. So, because you've played at such a good standard, I think you've answered it, but I want clarification. Best player you've played with?
Glenn Taylor or Ryan Taylor. But then I played with Adam Boulder briefly when I was first at Scarborough, and he was like champ point down here and stuff. He was technically, but he was at the end of his career. So
if you had to pick one out of them two, I'm really putting you on the spot. I mean, obviously I've played against Ryan and I've seen him play. Obviously,
probably Ryan.
Would you just say he just edges him and
just with the career he's had?
Yeah.
Just with obviously been. This was his last year was his first ever time part time.
Yeah.
Been full time.
Yeah.
Got winner at Wembley and I was 31 when I played with him, but I was learning off him every session.
Yeah.
I was watching what he does and
good lad enough.
He's great man. Yeah. Very, very dry.
Old friend Smudger to finish on any questions?
I just think it's remarkable.
Yeah, great story.
From where you were 7-8 years ago.
The story I like is what I'll take from this today is obviously all his achievements, his 48 goals, is the 4 teams in one season scoring, which take some beating there, and that's, a lot of that's from no fault of your own as well. Obviously, Curtis has got a lot to answer for.
That's German, yeah. It took me 5 days. I've never had a 5-day contract before.
But again, I suppose it's stuff like that make your story special, and
Yeah, it's different.
You've seen clubs like that North East End now, haven't you? Obviously spending more Marsk and teams like that, and been up that way. You've witnessed pretty much there, into it, I suppose. You know, so yeah, you've seen some good clubs.
Yeah. One thing we'll not say about him is he weren't shy about travelling.
No.
Apparently, I love driving.
What I think I've got from you, Jake, is that you're pretty humble in terms of your mindset. You want to play at the highest level you could be.
Yeah.
And what comes with that is you will get good contracts, but at the start of it, weren't like that, were it?
No, when I first originally signed for Step 2, I say I went from Tadcaster
For a cut.
to Alfred for 25 quid a week less.
Yeah.
So
I think for aspiring players out there, it's
not money.
not money, is it?
Money comes with the.
It's good. Test yourself at that level, and if you do out at that level, you'll stay at that level.
If you get to a good level and you play well and you get your name, the money will come.
Yeah.
Will come with it.
Yeah.
If you get offered good contracts and you get offered good deals, if you can prove that you can do it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it's a big dedication. As you say, like this season we played Oxford City away on a Tuesday night. So I left work at 11:30, got home at 3:30, and then you're back up at 6 again for work the next day.
A lot of people don't see it, do they? A lot of people don't see it. And like you said, the more and more full-time teams that are coming in at Step 2, it makes it extremely difficult.
I think it'll be a full-time league in the next 3-4 years. I think.
Yeah.
I think
Just because of that travelling and stuff
just
like that.
the travelling, but then like more and more teams are doing it and coming in. I think there'll be probably more.
Do you think it'll kill some teams as well?
I think a lot of teams won't be able to afford everything you need to go full time, because you can't just do it. You've got to be planned for a couple of seasons. And you can't just go end the season and go.
And then funds. It's got to be someone with them funds to be able to
You've got
achieve
to be
it.
paying people from part-time lads. You've got to cover their work wage and the football wage. So most people are going to be at this level will be taking on 4 figures.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to pay, unless you're a young lad and you just come out of an academy, you live at home and stuff.
Yeah.
You haven't got
No, I
stuff to
was just
pay.
about to say you're going to be into 4 figures.
You're going to need majority of lads are going to need 4 figures to cover everything, because everyone's
Mortgage and that, exactly, yeah.
You've got bills to pay, and you can't just take a big cut, can you?
Yeah, no, you can't. Mate.
Money makes the world go round, unfortunately, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, I think message from this as well is obviously we have a lot of people on, and we speak about lads who have been released from pro clubs and then gone into non-league. There's such good stories in that league, you know, and the non-league is arguably the fun place to play your football, you know, because there's not the pressure of the cameras and the publicity, and I mean even nowadays the non-league sort of side of it, there's more Twitter feeds and more Twitter going on than ever were.
Definitely, yeah.
But in terms of stories and people you meet, and like Jake's just quite rightly said, these lads have all got jobs, and you still find that will to go and win for a club or have that banter and the end of season dues.
It's the stuff as well, and you do your training, you choose your first night you're at work, but then you've got to find time to go to the gym on the other days to stay. You've got to do your outside stuff to keep doing stuff, but then you travel and you train on a Thursday, you don't want to go Friday because you've got to play Saturday, but then you don't want to go Sunday because you played Saturday, and you don't go Monday because you're playing, and you've got to find that balance whilst trying to
keeping everybody
keep
on
everyone
that
as well.
And it's a big commitment.
It is.
It's hard to find a happy medium, but you can't do it, can you? If you want to play the level.
That's been superb, mate.
No, enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming. Thanks so much, mate. Top man, thank you.